So let's talk about animation. How to animate things in isometric mode. Basically the same as anything else in Figma. In the Motion UI Design Masterclass, I teach you how to animate all these things. Here, I'll show you how to animate specifically the isometric stuff. Let's imagine I want to animate these icons. Let's start with something simple. Maybe not icons, but let's create something similar. So this will be our view. We'll create the button. We will use the same style as for this shape here. So we have this button. And for this button, what I'm going to do, I'm going to elevate it. Do you remember the example with material design with Google? Let's elevate this button. First of all, let's transform it into the isometric projection. Done. Let's create the shadow for it, which will be this color, but darker, remember? And this one, layer blur. And the layer blue will be, actually in this case, we're not using the layer blue. Let's use another way. Let's use effect drop shadow. Exactly, just drop shadow, like this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another frame here. I want this button to move up, but the shadow to stay in the same position. Will be 40, maybe 120. Seems like 100. Let's simply copy it and paste it here, so we will see where the shadow will be. And the shadow will be 90, 80, perfect, 80. The only thing that this shadow, in this case, will be lighter. This is one thing. And another one, the blur will be about 20. So it will be really blurry. And also spread, I could change the spread to -20, for example, -10. But I'm not sure that Figma animates the spread. But let's take a look. Now, when I click on this button, I want to see how it will go up. So I go to prototype mode. I click on this element. So I create this noodle, it's called noodle. On click, smart animate, is out, is in out, but in 2 seconds. Perfect. And then on click, actually not on click, just as it is, auto delay, after delay. I can't make the delay here, unfortunately. In this case, yeah, on click, smart animate, back, but a little bit faster, like 1 second. Done. So now let's go and take a look at this thing. We just created animation. This course is not about animation, this is about isometric. And so that's why I'm not explaining all these things with motion. Let's click. And it moves up, and see how really bad it is. And I'm just assuming that this is because of the spread, because previously Figma didn't allow to change the spread. Let's take a look again. R, click. Now it's moving really badly. So in this case, that's really great that it appeared here, which means that we will need to use not the shadow, we will need to use the duplicate the shape, make it dark, move it a little bit down, and layer blur 4, perfect, 25%. Let's imitate the shadow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we will take this shape from here, Command C, Command V, and in this case we will just move up this shadow, and for this one we will change the layer blur to 20, and the opacity, actually the opacity here will be 100%, and 25 for the shape. and here 100%, and 10 for the shape. Done, like this. Now prototype, on click will go here, here on click will go back with 1 second, and let's take a look. R, I click on the element, it moves up, and the shadow becomes, as you can see, the shadow becomes brighter and everything is moving up. As simple as that. You see that the same things, the same techniques for motion UI design applies to isometric design, which is great, perfect. Just play with this and you will be able, for example, to take our, do you remember when we created these guys here? Let's take them here, bring to the elements here. What happened? Yeah. Let's create another shape, and I want this. We have shadow here, so it will not work. But we will be able to animate, for example, this element. We'll make it bigger. In this case, just this one. Of course, you will play and you will create much more. But in this case, in 1 second, this one becomes bigger. And then from here, we will go back to this shape after delay. After delay of half a second, we'll go back in half a second to the previous state. Let's take this play button here, go to the view, R, and let's click on this button. Boom, bigger and back, bigger and back. You can create really powerful animations with this technique, especially having the combination of motion UI design, which is already super powerful, and having the techniques from isometric design. You can create powerful animations in this view. You can create the animation that Google has. Actually, I already closed this, but that Google has for the projections in material design. You can actually try to recreate that animations. Now I want to show you a little bit different technique and super powerful, and the things that you need to understand. That when you're creating isometric shapes, you can also work with components. What does it mean? It means that you can take your design that you created, like this one, Command Option K to transform it into component, bring the instance of this component into your design. Let's change this one to maybe FFF. Now, what I see here, everything is scale. Let me check. Yes, everything is scale. I checked it. This is important instant. Rotate 45 degrees, 57. It will not work because I need to group it first, and then 57, 73%, done, isometric shape. And you're thinking, well, okay, but what's the difference? The difference is, first of all, the difference is that now, no matter what I will move here, it will change in my design in the isometric mode as well. Let's select this cube. This is my cube. Command G. And I will move it up and take a look at the shape here. I will move up the cube. And it moves up also in my design, in my isometric mode. Exactly in isometric mode. Boom, super powerful feature, right? Yes, exactly. You can animate something here and it will change here. But how it works, it's not so easy, but I want to show you this super advanced technique, but you will like it. You will be able to use it in your designs. What are we gonna do? We'll take this frame, we'll move this element here, and we will put our component inside of the frame where our projection is. And if we want to animate it, but we don't want to show our projection, we will just hide it. But first of all, let me show you how to animate it, and after that you will see why we can hide it. So we have this component here, and we have this element here. We want to animate this thing, but if I create the animation somewhere here with this component where this element will move up, it will not be reflected in here. If I create the animation where I click on this button and I'll go to this design, here we don't have this interactive component. When I'm using Figma beta, and today for this moment it's in beta interactive components where I can create this animation and it will be reflected in this design. But as for now, not everyone has interactive components, and I want everyone to be able to create animated design even without interactive components. So let me show you how you can do that. So you put your component inside of the design, inside of the frame that you want to animate. You copy this frame, and now this is just the instance. This is not a component anymore. What we need to do, we need to transform it into component again. Command Option B. This is not a simple one. This is super advanced technique, but if you follow me step by step, you will be able to do that. We transformed it back from the component, and now I will transform it back to component. Command Option K. Why we did that? Because previously it was instance. Now we have component 1, frame 2, and we have the same with the same name component here. For this component, we will move cube up somewhere here, and we will move this shape down somewhere here, but a little bit later. Why? Because here we have component and here we have another component. So which means that, as you can see, when I changed elements here, nothing changed here. What we need to do, we need to just go here, frame, and go back, frame 5, select frame 6 and choose this component. So this is the instance of this component. I'm selecting, and boom, everything is changing. Now I need to check that all the elements have the same names. Group 32, frame 2. Group 32, frame 2. Perfect. So now I will try to create this animation where from here to here, I will click on this button and I will see the next screen. And then after delay, I will go back and we'll see the previous screen. Let's take a look at that timing in 2 seconds. And we will go back in 1 second. Done. Now let's move this guy down and let's take a look. Play. We'll wait a little bit. Now when I click on the button move up, it moves up here and it moves up here. And after delay, it should move down. Oh, I selected not after delay. After delay of 1 second, go back down. Move up. 1, move down. Perfect. What if I don't want to see this screen here? I want the animation happens itself without me clicking on any buttons. So I'll remove this element from here. I will hide this component here. I will hide it here. I will move my designs to the middle of the screen. And what I'm going to do from here, after delay, so it will go automatically, after delay of 2 seconds, move to the next screen in 2 seconds. As you can see, we don't have components. We have 2 elements here. And they're all in the isometric mode. It will be hard for you to move this cube the same way into this isometric mode. We go here, 1, 2, animation, 1, animation, 1, 2, animation, 1, animation. This is the powerful advanced technique for you guys. Enjoy, use it for your designs. If you want to animate something, if you already have lots of mobile apps, designs, and you want to animate them, create this powerful view, use it, feel free. Let's make it maybe go a little bit further. Let's take these guys and make them bigger like this. Move it to the middle of the screen. So I'll take this H, play. We have our design, and boom, it still has the animation. So we change the size, but it still has the animation. Enjoy it, and definitely share your designs. How to do all these things? What are the next steps? Of course, for the next step, I'll explain you in the next video that will appear most likely a little bit later, how to get this tutorial. But as for now, what to do? Go through all the steps again. Create your collection of isometric shapes and start recreating them. Just recreate them so you will understand how all these things work. It will be so much easier for you to create something like this when you have practice. So you found something that you like. You decided, well, interesting, how to create that. I already know how to create these things. Okay, first of all, color. Perfect. Let's create the shape. Let's make the floor. Command D. Then I will move it down. Then I will change the color of all these 2 things into something different, like this one. This will be our floor. If I need to create the volume for that, I can use the plugin oblique. This is not about plugin, so that's I'm not going to explain it. But what I can do is I can also imitate the volume here and the volume here to close this connection to make this shape closed like this. Perfect. So I have the platform. Then I will take this platform, Command D, we'll make it smaller, we'll put on top of everything, and we'll make this one darker. We'll move it up. We'll take this element and we'll move these dots up to recreate this platform that we have. I just promised you to show this element, so that's why I'm showing to you. Command D, K, make them smaller and put it here. And for this color, it will be brighter. Okay, now I'll take this one. Perfect. And now instead of recreating these things, I could use the cube that we already created. We know how to create. For these bright ones, I'm going to use exactly the cube. So I'll take it, bring it here. And what I will do, I'll remove, of course, these elements. I'll remove the masks. I will make these guys blue color, but also I'll add to them stroke inside 5 FFF white. So now we have these white elements, and I'll apply the same thing here. The only thing that the color will be different, like this. Now what I'm going to do, I'll select this element, will move up, this element will move up, select the next one, and will move up as well. If I want to, I will be able to make it smaller. Everything inside of one group, like this, and we'll make it taller by just moving up. Just simply create your collections of the things that you can recreate and follow these techniques. Practice your skills, and then you will be able to create these designs much faster. And also play with animations, of course. I hope that you liked everything that I just showed you. I'm pretty sure that this is super powerful technique, and it will change your perspective on the design, and you will be able to share much more on your social accounts to present your ideas better in your portfolios. Use this technique, share your designs, share your results, and just be visible for all other people and learn new things. If you want to know more amazing techniques with Figma, get non-traditional ways of using Figma and boost your creativity masterclass. If you want to be more powerful in Motion UI, get the Motion UI design masterclass. Enjoy, practice, and see you in the next video. Well, I'll explain you how to get the tutorial with that glass 3D letters and effect. And let's make it boom. That will be outside like this. It doesn't mean that it should be C letter. It can be any letter or any shape actually. So see you. Enjoy. Share your works.